thank you for joining us. It is your voice, your vote. Election Day is just 2 months from now, and one of the biggest races to watch locally is the one for Erie County Executive.
Yeah, Mark Poloncarz is the Democratic incumbent who is seeking his 4th term in office. He'll be facing a challenge from Republican Casilio, a businesswoman from Clarence. The migrant crisis is a major topic in this year's campaign cycle, but Poloncarz is dealing with some other issues as well. Poloncarz is also dealing with questions surrounding a Buffalo police report concerning a domestic dispute, along with grant money and his possible ties to the woman who runs the organization that received it.
Now, despite all of that, Poloncarz has money to spend on his campaign, but Casilio is making up some ground. Tonight, our new political analyst, Bob McCarthy, taking a closer look at some recent fundraising that could impact the outcome of the race.
As in any campaign, money is key. I checked out the July report to the State Board of Elections and found Mark Poloncarz maintaining a healthy $628,000 with a lot more to come. That will finance a campaign expected to show Poloncarz as large and in charge, dressed in his county executive jacket, ready to tackle all sorts of county emergencies. Poloncarz also has a big Democratic enrollment advantage of about 135,000 voters and all the powers of incumbency behind him. But the dreaded shelf life will be an obstacle as he attempts an unprecedented 4th term. The big question for Republicans remains whether Chrissy Casilio is building enough interest and momentum following the county executive's series of issues throughout August. Is it enough to stimulate the fundraising she desperately needs? Latest reports show her war chest at $111,000, though sources say she's closing in on $300,000, which is decent, but nowhere near the approximate $1 million most observers think is necessary in a big county like Erie. Still, GOP sources tell me Casilio raised about $50,000 at an August 31st fundraiser, which is by no means record-setting, but also not too bad. She'll need that to emphasize her views on those problems now dogging her opponent. The asylum seekers housed in local hotels, as well as the police report filed against Poloncarz by a former girlfriend, and $60,000 in grant money awarded to a local organization headed by another ex. It also remains to be seen whether she'll move beyond those issues, whether she'll start talking about problems facing Erie County and the solutions she proposes, which so far she's avoided. All this for both sides revolves around telling their story through the money they raise, with every indication pointing continued success for Poloncarz, as well as at least some new donor enthusiasm for Casilio stemming from the county executive's really bad August.
And it's great to have Bob McCarthy in studio with us tonight. Good to see you.
Yes.
Good to be with you.
Very interesting stuff there, Bob. What's next here, you think?
Well, I think the next thing to look for, Jeff, is on October 6th when the next campaign finance reports are filed with the State Board of Elections. Has Chrissy Casilio made enough of an impact on her potential donors to get enough money to finance these ads that are going to really form the opinions and really have a big sway on how people are thinking? So when those come out, it may be as a result of her own internal polling, which they can show